Do you truly know who USAID was and what they were doing and what their agenda was? They were not some philanthropic humanitarian organization that the American people used to feed hungry people around the world. That's not who they were at all. I know it's very easy to get lost in all of the big numbers that are flowing around because there are hundreds of billions of dollars that flow through USAID everywhere, all over the globe. The corruption is through the roof, but do you truly understand what they were doing? USAID is an organization that sat right in the middle of the Defense Department, the State Department, and the CIA, and they existed to drive the agenda internationally and domestically of the deep state. And they did that primarily through a couple of different ways: funding opposition forces, funding media campaigns and propaganda campaigns, and funding color revolutions. Virtually every instance of regime change around the globe was funded in part, if not in total, by USAID. The stated mission of USAID was to advance the agenda of democracy, and their primary opposition, populism. Because remember, we use the definition of democracy very differently than they do. Democracy is government by institution, their institution. And anytime a populist movement around the globe emerged, USAID was there to squash it. And after Barack Obama signed the Defense Authorization Act in 2014, which concluded Section 1079, which amended the Smith-Mundt Act to authorize the use and dissemination of propaganda inside the United States, USAID turned their focus on us. And in 2016, when Donald Trump won election, he became the primary target of USAID. And by extension, you became the primary target of USAID. And just like everywhere around the world, they started pouring billions of dollars into propaganda campaigns, into media outlets, into lawfare campaigns to squash the populist movement that emerged behind Donald Trump. USAID was involved in funding virtually every form of lawfare that attacked Donald Trump and the American people. They funded news organizations like Politico, the New York Times, the BBC, Reuters, the Associated Press. We are now learning that USAID was a funding mechanism for the organizations that contributed to the memo that was written by the first whistleblower that tried to impeach Donald Trump. Our own State Department, CIA, and Defense Department cutout, USAID, helped to fund the impeachment of Donald Trump. USAID was involved in virtually every tentacle of censorship around the globe, specifically in the United States. USAID was the center of the bureaucratic deep state that they relied on. And that is why they're freaking out.